Visualize yourself becoming present in your body. And you can say it inside your head or out loud. I ground my soul into my body. If you like, you can put your hand on your heart and connect with your heart chakra and feel what it feels like to ground your soul into your body. I ground my soul into my body. And observe wherever you feel this in your body, if you feel any resistance or any blockages that prevent you from grounding your soul into your body. Just take a note, a mental note of what and where that is. And we bring light down through the crown chakra, the top of our head, into your crown and then your third eye, and down into the throat chakra, into the heart, and the solar plexus, and the sacral chakra, and the root chakra. And visualizing this light going down through all of your chakras, filling your aura with light, and going down to the center of Mother Earth. Simultaneously from Mother Earth comes up a light through all of your chakras. Visualize this going up through your root chakra, your sacral chakra, solar plexus, the heart, the throat, third eye, and the crown, so that you become one with the earth and also one with the galactic center and all that is. And as you see these bands of light going up and down through your personal chakra system, imagine radiating that light all the way out to the edges of the galaxy, as far as your imagination will allow you. And just like pulsing energy, imagine this light coming from you and radiating all the way out like the ripples that you see when you throw a pebble in a pond. Those bands of energy spread. And imagine raising the frequency of yourself, realizing that you can control how you feel in every moment, and imagine that you feel happy, you feel safe, you feel peace. And know that in every moment, anytime you take this feeling with you as you leave, anything that tries to interrupt your feeling of happiness and safety and peace, just know that if you take the time to go back to this space of happiness, safety, and peace, whatever it is that is attempting to disrupt your space will eventually leave. And the more time you spend in this happy, safe, and peaceful space, the more you will create a happy, peaceful, and safe reality for yourself and subsequently everyone who you come in contact with, if they choose to align with you. As you bring your energy back into your center, imagine your chakras flowing up and down again, bringing that energy back from the edges of your imagination into yourself. And with your eyes closed, imagine that you're holding in your hands a ball of energy. It may look like a crystal ball, but it may be swirling and moving. And visualize yourself taking that ball and radiating that energy around your body in various places. Especially if you have physical pain somewhere, imagine that the self in your imagination is working on that space in your body that experiences discomfort or unease or dis-ease of any kind. And notice how you feel when you imagine this, when you imagine yourself. Maybe you're wearing a robe, maybe you look like a magical being. If you really get into your imagination and visualize yourself holding this magical ball of energy, what are you wearing? What do you look like if you imagine this higher version of yourself, this imaginary version of yourself that's in your mind, that's looking over your body and using a ball of energy to work on the places where you feel discomfort and pain. Because what you're doing is self-healing. You're putting your attention on the place that's asking for your attention. And so what does it feel like to receive that attention from yourself? And maybe in your mind or out loud, whichever you choose, you can say to yourself, I have faith in myself. I believe in my ability to heal myself. I'm worthy to receive healing. And take notice of any resistance that you might feel coming up and what it means. Who does it sound like? What voices prevent you from being able to receive healing and love from yourself? And just take a mental note later Those are the things that you need to look at in order to maintain your feeling of healing for a longer time and eventually permanently. Because in time, where you focus is what creates your reality. So if you're focusing on healing and you focus on loving yourself and you spend the majority of your time focusing on the positive things, those eventually will turn into reality. On the contrary, if you focus on the things that make you upset, worrying about how to please other people, or worrying about what other people think, or how you're going to meet your needs depending on other things, those things will continue to be to your detriment. And I'm reminded by the voices outside and the external noises that we're always going to be surrounded by things that require us to maintain and recenter ourselves to go back to the place where we want to be. We have to continually ask ourselves, what kind of experience do I want to have? And then we have to act accordingly. We get to decide what kind of experience we want to have. And we get to decide to be forgiving of those things that aren't able to align with peace, safety, and harmony and happiness. Some souls need to experience other things, and we're living in a time where most of us are going to move into our heart chakra. We're going to move into radical acceptance. We're going to recognize as we come out of the solar plexus energy of this is myself and that is another self, that we can be ourselves. We can know ourselves and still coexist with other selves who we don't resonate with or we don't align with. When we move into the heart chakra, we accept both ourselves and the other self, and we release all judgment, and we allow those other selves to have their experience. And a lot of people on this planet are having this evolutionary experience to move up into the heart chakra and beyond. But there are others who find this experience too much, and so they go back down to developing their second chakra a little more. They're not quite ready for the third chakra experience of self. They haven't quite developed a sense of self enough to feel like they can move through and to accept self. So they go back. And so when you encounter someone that may be having that experience, then we can send them love, unconditional love. And may they go in peace to have that experience continuing. And then we remember, I know who I am. I know who I am. And when you know who you are, then it's much easier to accept what others are showing you that they are. And if those others are trying to recruit you to support what they are by asking you to be something that you are not, then that is the time when you know that you can accept that person. But you'll also allow them to go their separate way in peace. It's not up to you or me or anyone to carry anyone else along on a journey. We're each here for our own individual journeys. And all these interactions that we have with other selves are either karmic or for our evolution. So I know who I am is our mantra for this week. I know who I am, and may the other self go in peace. And if that's not possible, then we have work to do to extract me from thee. So maybe we can go back to that space momentarily of, I know who I am. This is me, and I love myself, and I accept myself, and I understand myself. And there's a higher part of me that loves me and guides me and supports me in being the best me that I can be. And I want to align with that part of me, so that part of me can always be the me that you see, or that I show, or that others will see. And I forgive myself when I feel like I fall short of that, because I'm growing, and I'm expanding, and I'm evolving, and there's some things I haven't yet seen. And I visualize that ball of healing moving around throughout my energy, and I open my heart to receive the healing that I'm offering me. And I notice any thoughts that keep popping into my head, and I invite them to come down into my heart and to sit with me And I know that when I'm ready, I will understand everything. And if I ask for guidance and insight, it will be given to me. And I trust myself to guide me lovingly. And in this moment, I invite everyone's guides in the room to sit next to each of us. So maybe on your left side, you might feel your spirit guide. And just sit with them and look at them in your mind's eye and receive what they show you. Since they're in your space and they're in your mind, maybe you want to know what they look like. Maybe you want to know what they feel like. And you can ask them to show you. This is a personal, intimate connection with your individual spirit guide. We have many, but one has chosen to be here with you now. And so as you sit in this intimate space and you connect with them, imagine yourself sitting there with your eyes closed, looking at them, or feeling them, or touching them. And become comfortable with this energy. This is a safe spirit that is here to guide you for your highest good. And you are a child, like a child to them. And they will comfort you and guide you and listen to you anytime you need them to. And the part that you can do is to appreciate them and to ask of them and to be thankful for them as a parent to a child, and to create a strong bond with this spirit guide, this one that has shown up for you. There are many, but this one is here now. And now they're showing you what they feel like. And maybe that makes you have feelings. I can feel emotional in myself. My heart is grateful to have someone who will take care of you while still letting you walk alone, but also showing you that you're never alone, like a parent with a child. They're holding your hand. And the more you develop the relationship with this guide, the more you will feel supported. And in the end, there may be a surprise, and you may find that this is your own self, and this could be you walking around in this body. This feeling that you have of this guide could be your own self, and this could be you. This is how it could feel to be you when you walk around in this body in the future. And if that's something that you feel like you want to do, then you just focus on this feeling as much as you can, as frequently as you can from now on. Just remember, this is the real you, this guy that you feel sitting next to you. It feels like it's separate from you, like a parent, but it's the other part of you that has all the information and that wants to help you to grow up to be just like you. And it's possible. It's a real potential. And the only reason why you may not believe that it's true is because of the things that go on after we leave here. When other selves who are not as evolved as you try to recruit you to participate in their illusion. And the best way that you can be you is to just recognize what is not you. And to accept it and love it and offer it peace. And it is possible if you feel like staying in your heart, if you can also use your mind at the same time. We can ask questions while we're in this state. So if anyone would like to ask a question, you ask about the name of your guide, and a name comes in, but it's something beyond my ability to pronounce it. You are tapping into your intuition, and I can feel my third eye and crown chakra really heavily activated, so you're getting the correct information. Try to repeat that feeling in yourself, the way you feel right now when you're thinking, but not really thinking, you're intuiting and looking for this person. That is what it feels like to feel connected to your guide. It is a guide you can look for by looking for this name. You don't have to know the name, you have the signature. There's a thing about names that comes from our material bodies that we talked about before we started the session, about how we have this identity. Our seeking of name and specificity is attached to our bodies and our identity and our material configuration, and that's okay. That's what we're evolving to come to understand. But as you tap into the entity First of all, I just want you to know it's positive. It feels hot, it feels sweaty, it feels a little uncomfortable, but it's positive. And that's something that is also attached to our material bodies is our fear of the feelings that we experience. We're afraid, is this good or is this bad? I don't know. We haven't been guided because we've been deliberately disconnected from our spiritual families. And so we don't know what they feel like, and so we're afraid. So we don't know when we even feel them. And so this experience is showing you what your family feels like. And if you seek them in your mind, you'll feel them right away. And the more you seek them, the faster you feel them until you become them. When you tune into yourself, you become more sensitive to other people's feelings. And when you do that, you realize that everything that you feel is radiating in your aura, in your energy. The more sensitive you become, the more aware you become of negativity, right? So it's not like negativity increases, you just become more aware of it. That can be painful and a reason for some people not to want to feel things, especially if you're a highly sensitive person. Because the more you feel, the more it hurts, it seems. But it's just like anything, if you allow yourself to have the pain, and it's like if you've ever been addicted, and when you're addicted to something, it's a painkiller. You're trying to not feel the pain. But if you want to ever get clean, then you have to go through withdrawals. And that's kind of the same with spirituality. Once you decide that you are forced to because your soul is calling you to start feeling, then it's really uncomfortable in the beginning. You have to have the withdrawal period and the time of integrating or feeling all the pain that you've been pushing away for a long time, or however long, maybe sometimes lifetimes. But if you can just remember that there's something else on the other side, even though it doesn't seem like it when you're in the middle of it, you will get through it and you will feel so much better, and you'll get to meet yourself. Like you don't even know who you are when you're in denial of pain.